Hey everyone, welcome back to Everyday Journeys Podcast, the show where we dive into the everyday experiences that shape us, challenge us, and help us grow. I'm Alex.
And I'm Maya. Thanks so much for joining us today. We're really excited about this episode because it's something we've both struggled with at different points in life, and we know so many of you listening probably have too. The topic is self-doubt.
Yep, that little voice in your head that says you're not good enough or what if you fail. We've all heard it, right? And honestly, it can be paralyzing if we don't learn how to deal with it.
Absolutely. But here's the twist. Self-doubt doesn't always have to be the villain. Sometimes, if we know how to handle it, it can actually become fuel for growth. That's what we're exploring today. How to recognize self-doubt, how to navigate it, and how to turn that fear into motivation.
Maya, I'll go first. Back in college, I had this dream of joining the debate team. But every time I thought about trying out, my brain screamed, "You'll embarrass yourself. You're not as smart as those guys." I almost didn't even show up. But when I finally did, and yes, I stumbled through that first audition, I ended up making the team. Looking back, I realized my biggest obstacle wasn't the competition. It was me, standing in my own way.
I relate to that so much. For me, it was when I got my first big job interview. I remember standing in front of the mirror, convincing myself I didn't deserve it. I kept nitpicking my voice, my clothes, my resume. But the truth was, the company saw something in me. And when I finally pushed through, I landed the job. Looking back, I wish I had trusted myself more.
So why do we do this to ourselves? Why does self-doubt creep in even when we're capable?
A lot of it is rooted in fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of judgment. Our brains are wired to keep us safe, and sometimes that safety means staying small. It's like, don't take the risk because then you can't get hurt.
Exactly. But the irony is, staying small hurts us too. Because deep down, we know we're capable of more, but we don't let ourselves try.
And let's not forget comparison. In today's world of social media, it's so easy to look at others and think, wow, they've got it all figured out. Why don't I? But what we see online is rarely the full picture.
Right? Nobody's posting their bad hair days or failed job interviews. It's all curated highlights.
Okay, so let's get into the good stuff. How do we actually deal with self-doubt? What are some tools that work?
One that's helped me is reframing. When that voice in my head says, "You're not ready," I try to flip it into "you're learning." Instead of expecting perfection, I remind myself that growth is messy, and that's okay.
That's so good. For me, journaling helps. I write down my fears and then challenge them. Like if I write, "I'm not good enough," I follow up with evidence. Times I succeeded, skills I've built, people who believed in me. It's like building a case against my self-doubt.
Love that. Another tool? Surrounding yourself with the right people. If you spend time with people who constantly doubt you, you'll start doubting yourself too. But if you're around encouragers, risk takers, people who see your potential, it rubs off.
Yes, and can I just add, self-doubt doesn't mean you're weak, it means you're human. The goal isn't to erase it completely, but to learn to walk through it anyway.
I once read about this musician who almost quit because he thought his voice wasn't quote-unquote good enough. But he kept practicing, sharing music online, and eventually blew up. Imagine if he'd listened to that little voice. We'd never have his songs today.
That's powerful. It reminds me of how many entrepreneurs say their first few businesses failed, but if they had stopped there, we wouldn't know their names today. Sometimes failure is just redirection.
Exactly. And sometimes that very self-doubt is a signal you're on the edge of growth. If something feels scary, it usually means it matters.
We actually asked our listeners last week about their biggest self-doubt moments, and wow, so many relatable stories came in.
Yeah, like Jamie from London who said she doubted she could run a marathon and now she's run 3.
Or Priya from Mumbai, who almost didn't apply for her dream job, and now she's managing the whole department.
That's the thing. When you push past self-doubt, you open doors you didn't even know existed.
So, if you're listening right now and battling self-doubt, here's our reminder. You are not alone. Everyone feels it, even the people you admire most. The key is to not let that voice stop you from trying.
Yep. Take the step even if it's shaky. Every time you move forward, even just a little, you prove that self-doubt wrong.
And remember, growth doesn't come from perfection, it comes from courage.
We hope today's conversation gave you a little encouragement. If it did, do us a favor. Share this episode with a friend who might need it.
And don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Everyday Journeys podcast, and drop a comment telling us how you've overcome self-doubt in your own life. We'd love to hear your story.
Thanks for hanging out with us today. We'll be back next week with another episode of Everyday Journeys podcast. Until then, keep moving forward and keep embracing your journey.